Hi, my name's Brian. So I picked up this M1010. It's a CUCV military ambulance. They're known for their off-road abilities, low speed capabilities. They only do about 50-55 max out on the highways. I bought this unit. I plan to travel some for work and actually live in it, so I'm gonna offer it for sale. My brother has a problem with me doing this. He says it should be restored. Me personally, I bought this for an excursion vehicle for me and my son. He's 2. As he grows up, I plan on doing a lot of fishing and hunting trips, traveling for work. So that's kind of my plans for it. Now, if I go forward with what I want to do, I'll be doing a lot of modifications and a lot of changes to this vehicle. The M1010, like I said, was the CUCV military ambulance. It had air conditioning. It was the only unit to have air conditioning, I believe maybe some 1028s with the computer stuff had them. And the AC is located right there on the top of the box inside that snorkel. To the left is the antenna mounts. The AC only runs while the engine's running. So what I plan on doing is removing that, putting in a small house AC unit and running off a power inverter. On the hood there you can see a solar panel, and what that's used for, I believe, is to trickle charge the batteries, because these M1010s have the, I believe it's called a DUVAC system, and it's located on the inner fender. We'll take a look at that after a while, and they are notorious for not working properly and causing a lot of electrical issues. Steel Soldiers has a lot of threads on there about doing some rewiring and some modifications to fix these issues. But these M1010s are getting very, very hard to find, especially in good or decent condition. This one here is in really good condition. You can see on the lower fender there's a very small ding, but the rockers, the doors, everything's solid. Okay, there's the military. I'm gonna say it's Carc 791. That's probably when the paint job was done. And Carc paint is highly toxic if you sand it, if you're doing body work, and you actually have to get a permit to even buy it to spray it. The box on this is aluminum, so you know there's no corrosion issues. As you can see, there's some green here on the body. It was obviously parked somewhere where there were some moisture issues. They do have, I believe, 458 axles in them. It has a Dana 60, a corporate 14 bolt rear end with a Detroit locker. They crawl very well. Maximum speed on them is about 50-55 miles per hour. So I plan on taking the rear ends out and changing it over to 373 gears so I can get some highway speed, and I believe it'll still crawl decent with that setup. Now the transmission thing's pretty hard to do. You know, not that it's that hard, it's just a lot of work. So I plan on changing the gears. That way I get my highway MPGs out of it when I do travel on long distance trips, but the 4-wheel drive should still be good to do some different off-roading. You know, I don't plan on making a crawler out of it, but I do want to be able to get around. Right here is the diesel heater. You can see it's unplugged. My brother got this started. It's from Tennessee, and the Tennessee, I believe his sheriff's office had this. It's unmolested. It's actually one of the finer examples today, and I'm gonna get some close-ups. The reason I'm doing this video is when I looked online and on YouTube and stuff, there's just very limited videos, and people don't go through things that well, and videos are really kind of crappy, to just be honest. But like I said, I want to make this an excursion, so I got a lot of plans on changing gearing, lifting it 4 to 6 inches, putting bigger tires under it, possibly some different wheels. My brother doesn't like the idea that I'll be, you know, cutting fenders, lifting the vehicle up. It does have good ground clearance right now, but the problem is the MPGs and the top speed. So I'm gonna try the gears first, and I'll be putting lockers back in it. That's if I can get anybody to do the work. I called 4 shops last week. They all said they'll call me back in a day or 2. None of them which did, because I think today's day and age, everybody wants that easy handout work, and I think it's just a little more than most folks want to get into. And what you see here is just some green slime, you know, some algae and stuff like that. It was obviously parked along the side of a building or something that didn't get much sun, but the moisture didn't do no damage. I mean, everything's solid. You can see here there's one tiny little pinhole there on the rocker panel, but that caulk coating is really amazing, the way it withstands just the elements and stuff. Here in PA, things are known to rot and rust, but I have no intentions on driving this in the winter, and if I do, the frame will be fully oiled and stuff. There's a spotlight up there, the original military spotlight's right there. It actually leaks a little bit, and there's one leak in the box. We'll probably RV coat the top of it. On the back right here, you can see the angle cut on the rear end. That makes it really nice for off-roading, so you ain't bottoming out. One thing I may do is actually lift the rear bumper, or actually remove it, and to give me a little bit more room to articulate off-road and whatnot. Right there on the top right corner, I believe that was the part of like a sling lift to load personnel into the back. This ambulance has probably saved some lives and seen its share of duty. This is the back of it. There's some window covers there on the back. They're not in the greatest of shape. One's missing here. We come into the back. A lot of these, the boxes have been removed. The stretchers have been removed. You can see they're all in these, all in this one here. The one on the right here is kind of banged up and stuff. One on the left is in pretty nice shape. My plan is to remove this left one and actually put in toilet, shower. May or may not do the toilet thing. I'll probably do a direct ground drain for the shower and the sink, and then I'll put in a cooler spot, possibly a fridge spot. These coolers today, they're pretty darn good and hold ice for like 7 to 12 days, some of them. So I may go that route, but I'll be putting in a microwave and stuff. There's some vents here on the top. As you can see, all the interior spotlights are still in there. The top light. Here's the vent over here. There's one of the racks for the stretcher units. In the roof here, there's, let me just show you, up here are the dills that swing down, and there's supports to support the stretchers when you lift them up. You can see there's a little bit of mildew and whatnot in here. There is some slight leakage in that roof, but I will take care of that. That's on the top priority list. I will be cleaning all this out, pressure washing it, scrubbing it, and making it sanitary. And on the back here, here's something else that's usually missing, and this is the filters and different boxes and stuff for the gas mask unit, in case there's a chemical attack while they are saving soldiers in the field. Obviously I'm not going to need these things unless I'm a prepper, but I could always just wear a gas mask. The caulk coating on these vehicles is actually a chemical resistant coating, so the chemical agents and that won't bond to the paint. That's why it's called, caulk. That's the initials for it. It's like chemical something resistant coating or something. This is the AC unit right here. Now my plans is to see if the interior diesel heater works here. Get a close up of that in case somebody needs that for information or reading it. And then right here is a vent control. So I'm just doing this video because this thing's so original, and it has a lot of things that a lot of the other ones don't, because they've been removed by sheriff's departments or SWAT teams, and they were purpose built. This one here is one of the better specimens I've actually seen, and so what my plans is to tear this side of the unit out, possibly, depending on whether that diesel heater works or not, because it's actually a sealed unit, so it doesn't let carbon monoxide in. Of course, I would air check that and get that running and see what the fuel consumption is and decide whether I would keep that or not. If that does fail, I will be putting probably two, I believe they're called EU 2000 Honda generators in there, and I will actually wire this all with 110 to run my air conditioning and everything, and then I can just put a switch in to switch back and forth between power inverter and the truck's alternator and battery system that would feed the power inverter. So like I said, this has all the gas stuff and that in it. I won't throw any of these things away. I won't destroy them any. I won't destroy any of them. And so what I'll do is I'll list those for sale in case somebody's doing a restoration. Make my brother at least a little bit happy. He's got some problems with me cutting this up, but that's why I bought it. You know, I'm notorious for my builds and the things I do. I do nice builds. I do nice work. And you know, I bought this for a purpose, and my purpose wasn't to restore this. I know some guys are going to have a problem with that. Well, it is what it is, and you know, like I said, I did buy this to make an excursion vehicle, and that's my plans for it. So the thing's in good shape overall. The box is all aluminum. I understand it's insulated. There's probably some moisture in this insulation due to these leaks here a little bit. Looks like the headliner's sagging a tad. So what I'll do is I'll fix the headliner. I'll put a dehumidifier in here, and I will get the insulation dried out. I'm sure it's carrying a lot of weight with some moisture in that insulation. So I will I'll get that dried out, get that sealed up, and then I'll start tearing these boxes out. The framing here I may keep, use that for some diesel water tank support. Possibly build some dressers or something in there. Maybe cut some of these welds. I'm not quite sure what these brackets here are for. Looking at them, they obviously held something. I guess maybe air tanks, something of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and move up here to the cab. When you go to the cab here, you have a sliding door. Gives you access to the cab. It looks pretty dry, like it's in good shape. So that's definitely a good thing. It's just a giant rubber seal. So I think it's a really cool option to have a pass-through on a vehicle like this. Came with 2 fire extinguishers, so I don't know if they're any good or not. So behind the seat here, there's some more of these gas mask mounts and stuff mounted in there. And they're on both sides. So those will also be coming out. Everything on this vehicle is riveted. I mean, there's just nothing in here that isn't rivet. The floors in it are solid. And so that's a good thing. This one here is a little rusty. A little bit of rust on the passenger side, but the driver's side is definitely rustier. But it is solid. So that's a good thing. I'm going to go ahead and see if it'll start, and I'll pop the hood just to let everybody see that it's not been molested. I don't know if the current in this is draining or not. I need to look at that. I think it's called the Duvac system or something. I need to look at that a little closer, see if it's still hooked up, if it's causing battery drain. They did move the glow plug relay to the inside here. That's the yellow button, so I'll turn the key on, hold that for about 8 seconds, and she'll start up. It's got a bad turn signal switch in. I have one of those ordered. So far, what I've got ordered is just maintenance things. I got the harmonic balancer ordered. I got the AC Delco. I'm not too fond of aftermarket Chinese parts. I know it's just the way things have gone anymore. The good parts come from Mexico, I guess. When I was a kid, we could get things from the U.S. like Moog, but even they've went down to Mexico. So I ordered the AC Delco. I'll be putting that on because everybody knows that's the time bomb on these 6.2. 6.2s were great engines. You know, you can run them 500,000 miles like a lot of the other diesels and more. But the thing is, you need to change that harmonic balancer every 100,000 miles. I don't know when the last time this one was done. So just to be safe, I'll be doing it. Now my brother, he has 5 of these. you know, not ambulances, but different CUCVs. And he said this is the quietest, smoothest running one he's ever seen. The mileage on it is at 26,579. The fuel gauge does work. It had a half tank. I stopped, filled it up. It took 10 gallons. Has a 20-gallon tank. The headlights work. Turn signal stuff don't work right now, but I think it's because of the bed switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on and see if it'll start. Started right up. 8 seconds on the glow plugs. As you can see, it sounds really good. It's a nice sounding diesel, very quiet, smooth running. There's one thing here, obviously they burned the chrome out for some reason. I don't know why they burned the hole, why they would do that, but they did. There's the piece that makes it run. Looks like the fuel filter was last done 6 of 10. I have one of those for replacement. Looks like the fan motor has been replaced at some point. I got these batteries from my brother. That was the reason I got the vehicle start. A lot of people don't know about the 24-volt system and how to properly jump start that. Back behind the air cleaner are the different capacitors, resistors, maybe they're called, and they changed the 24 volt to 12 or vice versa. And so I can see that they've been disconnected. Those are notorious for catching on fire. Coming over here to this do-back system, I can see somebody's played with the wiring here. There's a lot of things disconnected. Kind of hard to tell. We get a close-up. I'd love to hear your guys' comments and what you think's going on here. This is obviously an issue, but there's a red wire that's disconnected. There's another red wire that's been disconnected. 2 orange wires, a yellow wire, and a black wire. So this has all been disconnected. There's still black, 2 browns, and a green, it looks like, connecting there. So I have to do some work on that and figure some things out on that. It does have 2 alternators on it. Here's the air conditioning vent. I don't know if it works or not. It's definitely smooth running there. You can see some things are done like shocks. Monroe shocks on it or something. Looks like maybe the master cylinder has been replaced, possibly the brake booster. But the engine's definitely clean. My brother made a comment on that. You know, it's probably about the cleanest engine he's seen in one. He's curious on whether the military actually put a new one in this or not. On the firewall right here is the relay for the glow plugs, and as you can see, it was moved inside. I don't know if you showed me that down underneath the dash there. That one looks like it's still hooked up, and they must have disconnected it somehow to jump it inside. I don't know, you know, I haven't gone through the wiring yet, and I know the wiring can be a little tricky on these here. So, we're going through, I see there are some wires disconnected. I can see that, you know, somebody's done some alternate wiring on these. They're actually going to the batteries and whatnot, especially this top one. I know one's a 12, one's a 24 volt. I think, well, it's actually both 12 volt batteries wired in a series to make a 24 volt system. They are linked together, so it's going positive to negative, and your batteries are hooked negative to, you know, positive going to the vehicle, and then each one's positive and negative on it. So they are still in series. It's still running a 24 volt system, obviously. due to the way the batteries are wired. But like I said, I mean, it did fire right up, and it looks like it's due back system test, some sort of wiring on it. So they may have done the wiring like they talked about on Still Soldiers there, where you disconnect a lot of wires and just use a couple of them and then run a 12-volt alternator. But the thing is, these alternators are definitely original type alternators. One looks newer than the other. I would say that they probably got a wire to where it's going straight to the battery or something and getting rid of that system over there, because that was the first of these vehicles. After that's sorted out, then they were notorious for reliability, like the 1028s and the 1009s. So that's just my short video on this. Kind of showed the front to back. We're doing another video here in the future. Actually, I'm going to do a series of videos and just let you know how progress is going. And if somebody wants to throw way too much money at me and buy this from me so I don't chop it up, that's fine and great. I always appreciate seeing things restored. And if that's the purpose they're buying it for, I will put them under contract for that particular use. I'm not going to sell it to somebody so somebody else can cut it up. I'll make it a contract that it will have to be restored, and if it's sold, that contract will continue, and every person selling it thereafter will be liable for it. That's the route I'll go with it. I'll put some ridiculous numbers on that contract to entice people to do the right thing, and if nobody takes a quick jump on it, I will personally be cutting it up. Like I said, that is my intentions for this, and it is very, very clean. If you look underneath of it, you can see that the frame is really nice. The inner fenders got a little bit of nothing rust, but those cost all probably $40 in 2 hours to replace. The actual underneath of the vehicle is very clean. There is some mud under it, but the frame itself is impeccable. As you can see, it still has the factory paint and everything. And you can see those floorboards are gorgeous. And to find a specimen like this in such an old truck is really rare. So that's why I'm giving folks an opportunity that may want to restore this. You know, I don't want to just go and cut it up. I do need it. I do want it. But I will offer it in case somebody has too much money and more love for it than I have. I do like the vehicle, but I will make an excursion unit out of it. I mean, they're not worth big money. You know, these ones here are worth a little more because they're very rare, hard to come by, and they're definitely dried up. Some guys have built, you know, some awesome expedition units out of them, and that's actually my intentions. Not as drastic as a lot of them. It'll be pretty darn cool when I'm done. So, yeah, so if anybody wants to buy it, let me know. Like I said, I have about 4 in it. I'd sell it for 8. The reason is I buy another truck and put a camper in it for what my purposes are. And if not, then just enjoy my build and watch what I do and all the different modifications and that get done to it. And just watch it get brought back to life. I'm a big fan of repurposing, and you know, a lot of people, you know, they'll buy these, they'll just beat them, mud them, you know, use it for quad haulers, stuff like that. So, I mean, I will definitely breathe new life into this unit and give it a new purpose in life. And it's cool to see something not, you know, just thrown aside or parked in the yard and left to rust. As you can see, it's parked on gravel right now. I have intentions of building a garage here in the near future, and it will move indoors as the restoration for my specs continues. But okay, so I'll wrap this video up, and if anybody has any questions or comments, feel free. I'm online a lot, so I'll be able to answer them for you to the best of my knowledge. And if anybody you know, has any tips, or anybody has you know, some contentions against what I'm getting ready to do, just let me know, and we'll go from there. But I just want to make a good video and show one of these units up front and give a good description on it the best I can so far, and I'll keep you up on the notifications as the progress continues. It is a 6.2 Detroit diesel. I believe Detroit diesel was owned by Chevrolet at the time when this was brought out. It's not some 350 rocket like people believe. The 350 rocket diesel wasn't even a 350 rocket diesel. It was his own diesel, but they look similar, so there's that misconception. Those diesels were junk. They were notorious for head gaskets and all kinds of problems. But GM actually ironed those out. They had a GM Goodwrench 350 rocket diesel that was good, but that's getting off subject, so let me go back here. And the 6.2s were a great engine. Like I said, harmonic balancer is a weak point for cracking and breaking crankshafts because of the rubber in there. It's like old 350s and 400s and all them. You know, they had the rubber in the harmonic balancers, so like I said, that's en route. That'll be getting done. There is a dent in the drive shaft, so I have to get that fixed to get rid of the death wobble. Got a couple of leaky seals in the axles, and if I'm able to get these axles rebuilt, or whether I have to do some modifications myself, that'll get corrected. And other than that, I mean, she's ready for some paint, really, and good resto, or, you know, to go my route. Has a TH400 transmission in it. They were rock solid heavy duty units. I believe it's an MP208 transfer case. The 205s are more desirable with the iron case, but those are very rare. The 208s are awesome units. They are chain driven units from my understanding. 458 gears, I believe. 14 bolt corporate rear end with a Detroit locker. The front is just a regular old four-wheel drive front end, so you only got one tire that spins, but I'll be changing that. That's what my plans are. So yeah, so stay tuned in, enjoy the build with me, and I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. So go ahead, hit me up and have fun.